Hello, everybody. It's Alyssa Magrum from Collins Hope with all the people that you've seen now for the last, I don't know how many days. It feels like a very long time that we've been coming into your homes, into your living rooms, some of you into your offices or your at home classrooms to talk about water safety and drowning prevention. We're here to talk about things around water safety. Drowning is fast. Drowning is silent, drowning is preventable. And we really believe that if we can get people to change their behaviors around water, children to create safer behaviors, so creating those behaviors from the very beginning of life around water, and adults, sometimes we have to create the behaviors, sometimes we need to change the behaviors to be safer around water. So with all of that being said, I want to welcome a very special guest and a friend of mine, and someone that I really respect as a person and in the water safety world. I want to bring Melanie Brindley on, and there she is. Melanie, thank you for being here with us tonight, and I want to give you a chance to share your story, and I hate in some cases why I meet some of the greatest people in my life. I count you in that number. I don't like the reason why we know each other, but I am proud to work beside you. So welcome tonight, and I would love for you to share your story and how you ended up in this drowning prevention world.
Well, thank you, Alyssa. I appreciate all that, and I value our friendship as well. And what brought us together as friends are the water safety issues and the things we think about daily for water safety that maybe not everyone thinks about around us. And I know you're a big advocate and you're a big hero of mine, so I count you in my special people that I've met because of this. But yes, I'm Melanie Brindley. I live in Arkansas, in Conway, Arkansas. And well, now I'm 53. So I've had many years of experience in as a teacher, and many years of experience as a mother, and I had some years as a husband, or I'm sorry, as a wife of a husband, and that's where my story begins in water safety. Because right now I've spent 17 years without kin, and my children have spent that long without a father. And I'm here in the water safety world because basically everybody I know takes a vacation and everybody visits the beach at some
Yep.
point, if not every year. And I have learned things throughout the years, that I wish that we had known and I want to tell now.
I think that's, Melanie, I think that's so important because I know my family goes to the beach every year. And, I'm known as the water safety crazy lady, but like I know Ken's story and I know the stories of so many others. And why don't you start talking about the book that you're going to read and how it came about, because I love how this book came about. And when I first read it, it was one of the only books that I've ever seen around beach safety. And B, who wrote it and is so special to me. So start sharing that part of the story while we round up any kids that are going to listen to the story.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to read a book that actually came about from my daughter. My daughter wrote it, and my daughter and I spent a lot of time together on it. So it's a very special time in our lives that I think I'll remember forever.
Mm-hmm.
She actually got into the pageant area where she was doing some Miss America teen pageants. And in that system, that pageant system, they have to have a platform or something that they go out and present to communities and groups and they advocate for and that they believe that they can make a change. And of course, there was even no discussion about what she can make a change in because her change was definitely her story that she's been in forever. So what I'm going to read is a book that is by Madeline, and it came out of that time period when we spent time with the Miss America pageant, and we decided that, well, if she can think about water safety and she has a story and she's creative, she can probably write a book because she likes videography and writing plays. So we just decided, well, if you can do those things, you can probably write a book. And she put together some characters and got a thought process going about, well, what does she want to think about teaching for safety? And she kind of put it all down and it came out perfect. The
I
rolls
love
go to the
it.
beach. Okay.
All right.
Let me know when you're ready.
I
My
think
son,
you should.
Blake, are you wanting to watch the book? My son back here, he's 20. Maybe he needs to listen to the book.
All right, Melanie, you can start
All right.
whenever you're ready.
Okay, let's just turn over here. Here we go. The rolls go to the beach. Let me put my glasses on because, as I said earlier, I'm 53.
But you're also a teacher, so I can tell that you're going to be a good book reader.
I'm a teacher, and so yes, but I have to have the glasses. This book right here, and we'll tell you how to find it later, but the first page is dedicated in loving memory of my daddy, Ken Brindley. So it's a special page. And I always look at that and get a little tear in my eye. But here we go. The Royals go to the beach. The Royals are not just any three girls, they are three best friends. And they call them the Royals because they believe that every girl is a princess. Their names are Maddie, Kate, and Ellie. The Royals do everything together. They sing together, they dance together, they go to school together. And their favorite thing to do is swim together. The three girls love the water. And they met when they were young girls in their neighborhood. And they met at their neighborhood pool because they took swimming lessons there. They all helped each other remember to put on their life jackets before getting into the boat on the lake. And as often as they could, the girls had slumber parties together. One hot day, after spending the night at Maddie's house, they were finishing lunch when Maddie's mom suggested they take a drive and go down to the ocean. The beach was only an hour away from Maddie's house, and that was one of the girls' favorite places to go. With lots of excitement, the girls gathered beach toys and life jackets, towels, and sunscreen and piled into the car. It's the beginning of summer. It's our first outing to the beach this year. So we should talk about safety rules before we get there, said Maddie's mom. Okay, said the three girls. Maddie's mom shared the first rule of being safe while swimming. You should never be in the water unless you've had swimming lessons first. Learning to swim is important for everyone who wants to go to the beach or a pool. That is why all three of you have always taken swimming lessons. So I hope you've taken swimming lessons too. The second important safety rule at the beach is to always look for the signs and the flags. Different colored flags tell you about the condition of the water. We have to always obey the posted signs and the flags, especially if it's a red flag. When a red flag is flying, people need to stay out of the water because there may be strong waves. That would make the water too dangerous and no fun for us. I hope there's lots of waves today, said Ellie. I love to jump over the waves, Katie replied, especially the big ones. Well, sometimes the waves are really big and they push me over, Maddie said. I don't like it when they are too big and they push and pull me. Is that called a rip current? Asked Ellie. Could be a rip current. Rip currents are strong, narrow currents of water, and they flow quickly out to the shore. These currents they can happen fast, and they can drag you out to sea. If you get caught up in a rip current, you try to yell loudly. You try to remain calm, and you always save your energy. Do not swim back toward the shore. You should try to swim in the same direction as the beach, and then you'll get out of the current, said Maddie's mom. There's some other important safety rules too. Never get in the water unless an adult is watching. And you should always have adult supervision and also swim with a buddy. You can keep an eye out for each other all the while you're having fun. Look, said the girls were here. Yeah, I like to see that.
Mm-hmm.
The girls jumped out of the car. Once they reached the edge of the ocean, Ellie and Kate stopped. Let's wait until your mom gets here. Remember what she said about having an adult with us, said Ellie. We don't even have on our life jackets yet, Kate reminded them. Oh, come on, girls. The water feels great. We already know how to swim anyway. And before they knew it, Maddie was already wading out to the ocean. All of a sudden, Maddie started to feel like the water was pulling her out and pulling her feet away from shore. Oh no, this must be a rip current, she thought. She was feeling pulled by the water, and she could tell she was moving farther away from the beach. Salt water was burning her eyes as she was trying to keep herself above water. Scared, she looked onto shore, and she saw a flag flying high above the beach. It was a red flag. She remembered what her mother had said, and she started to swim in a direction that was parallel to the shore. After a few minutes, Maddie felt exhausted, but she felt the force of the current was not pulling her out anymore. Only then did she start swimming toward the shore. Once she got to shore, she saw her mom, Kate, and Ellie running all toward her. Are you okay? Kate asked. I think so, Maddie stuttered, out of breath. Ellie handed Maddie a towel, and the three girls hugged. You scared me, Maddie's mom proclaimed. I remember what you said about swimming parallel to the beach, said Maddie. Mom, I'm so sorry. I didn't wait for you. I should have waited, and I should have put on a life jacket. I thought I was old enough to go by myself. Next time I'm going to wait and check the flag before I go in the water. After drying off and getting back in the car, the girls drove to Sweet Scoops. That was the best ice cream parlor in town. They all got their favorite ice cream flavors. I'm sorry, girls, it was a red flag day at the beach, but hopefully next time we can plan to have a beach day and we'll be able to swim, Maddie's mother said. I'm just glad Maddie is safe, Ellie said. Me too, Kate exclaimed. And I'm happy I got to spend the whole day with my best friend, Maddie added. And there they're eating their ice cream. And then parents, the rest of the book has some really good parent and teacher resources. And we talk about the flag warning system here. It's got to explain green, yellow, red, double red, purple flag. Any of you
Marine
kids?
life.
Yeah, purple flag. It means dangerous marine life might be around. And then we just have a lot of good discussion questions, things to talk with your parent or your children about, and some other resources here. So that was Madeline's book.
So
And
I want to say I was taking some notes while you were reading, Melanie, because this is one of my, like I said, this is one of my favorite books that is out there. Please pass that along to Madeline, because we talk about in our curriculum, we talk about following open water safety rules, right? And this is our little how to get out of a rip current. This is goes along with the grown up or have an adult watching, and then this is backwards.
Right.
The flag and the rules. And I took a few notes. So parents, if you're listening, a couple of things. This is like the discussion after the book club. I feel like we're in the book club now, but a couple of things that I love about that book are, first of all, that she talked about in the car on the way to the beach, talking about what your water safety rules are. I think that's so important. And that's something that we did a broadcast a while ago that was on having families come up with their best water safety rules ever. And we have a bookmark where families can come up with their rules. And I think that's something parents and kids that are watching that is a really great thing. If you're planning a trip to the beach, what a great way to pass the time in the car is to have that conversation. Another thing, a couple of the other things, reminders are the importance of swimming lessons. I love that because, and not just one set of swimming lessons. It's kind of implied, but like swimming lessons every year, it's a layer of protection. And so you hit on that. The swimming with waiting for an adult and having an adult watching is huge alongside swimming with a buddy. And that's something that a lot of people often just say, swim with a buddy. And I hesitate for that one because it's not always if you have a buddy who can't swim, it's not a great buddy. But the waiting for a grown up or having an adult watching with a buddy is great. Checking of the flags, I love that. That you go into that and that you have it as a resource in the back of the book. So that's something that I don't think a lot of people know or understand is the flag system. I know when I was in Florida last summer, I signed up for text messages. So every morning I was getting a text message that said, today the flags are yellow, or I didn't know what the purple one was. That's why I said that. I actually got a coaster at a restaurant that had the flags on it, which is awesome. So that's something, parents, if you're watching, look over the flags, have a little, learn those alongside your kids, or kids learn them and quiz your parents. And then talking about life jackets, and you guys hit so many layers of protection in that book. And to encourage anyone listening, and I see Rhonda Bullock, who's in Safe Kids with me, watching, this is such a great resource to give to teachers, give to parents, share, and just have the conversation. I mean, if you're taking a trip to the beach this summer, friends of Collins Hope that are out there, go buy it. Go buy them for all of your family. Go buy them for your friends. Pass them out. I think that is a great way to get ready for your trip. Have it while you're at the trip, and really increase your safety. I mean, I think that people just don't know. I mean, how to get out of a rip current. That's something that is in our water safety quiz, and you talk about it in the book. And it's that, don't panic, yell for help if you can, get on your back and float and follow the current out versus, and I think people don't know that. So anyway, that's my reflections after your reading, and you're a wonderful story reader too. We had Collins mom and dad on, Jeff and Jana, last week. They read Clifford Takes a Swim, and Jana did a great job reading too. I can totally tell that you're a teacher. You got the book reading thing going down. So I know we're about out of time, but is there anything else that you want to share about your foundation and what you're doing, or how people can support it? I think the link that we have in the comments is there, so people go check it out. But
it's swimsafety.org, and yes, you can get the book there. And there's special pricing for bulk, or for
wholesale, bulk,
whatever. Yeah. So yeah, we'll practically give them away to you if you email me.
No, I'm going to get your back and say, we want people, if people buy them, it supports the work that you're doing.
Yes, it does. And it will be helping us give away a lot. We're doing that, and I'm really excited about that for this year. And then doing some swim scholarship lessons. It's Ken Brindley Memorial Foundation. I just founded it a year ago, and it's been a long time coming, but a good time. I would like also just to state that for the adults that listen to this, we went to the beach never even thinking that this would happen, or that there would be a situation where Ken or one of us adults there would be in a rescue situation in that moment of time, thinking, should I go out or not? And I'm sure that didn't even cross his mind. It's a child's in danger. Help. So I just hope from my conversation with you, and a little bit in the book, and reading that front page that's got where Madeline wrote about her dad, it's really important to me to get out that if you're an adult, don't think that, well, that's just going to be an easy thing. I'm going to run out there and get those kids. I'm going to swim out there and I'm going to save someone. You need to listen if you are hearing me now, and you can't do that. safety measures have to be taken into place. And I hope that you'll realize if you are in that situation and it's an unlifeguarded beach, that there is a safety feature, as in a life jacket or a something that floats and a rope, anything you can throw. So I don't want anyone else to, have to live through what I've lived through. So many years knowing that my husband could be here because it was preventable. So yeah, just please listen and spread the word about that, if you will.
Well, thank you again, Melanie. And I'm going to commit to two things right now to you directly. I'm looking at you. One of them is I'm going to go on and we're going to buy some books that we are going to incorporate into our work, because I have lost the one that I had. I took it to Honduras with me, but we're going to go on and buy some. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm also going to go buy a throw bag that's a rope. And I'm going to put that into the bag that I take when I go to the lake and the bag that I take when I go to the beach, because I hadn't really even thought about that. I mean, there's usually, something, but that's an easy, simple thing that I personally am going to add to my toolkit of. And so thank you for that. And thank you for your courage. I want you to know that we do our work in honor of Colin, but we also do it in honor of Ken and all of the families that we work with. But really, truly, your courage and your Madeline's courage in writing that book is huge. And so thank you for that. And let's just continue to work together and make a difference, because the work that we are doing is making a difference. And just even this tonight is going to reach so many people. So thank you, Melanie. And everybody watching, we'll be back tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And I don't know how long, but thank you for watching. And with that, because Colin used to say today was the best day ever, we'll close out on have a best day ever.
Bye.
Bye.